how much of influence have been, you think, Isak and even Osula to a certain extent to get Ilanga through the doors? You know,
I think he's
I'm,
done more in 2 weeks than Paul Mitchell did in 12 months.
I think that's it's something to think about. Because I mean, Elanga is a player that will, I think, players in the team will see. That's a good signing. We'll see what he can do. But it's a good
Yeah,
signing.
I mean, there was a fantastic meme out on social media. I don't know whether you seen it or while you're on Jollies. Somebody had put Asula's head in a Paul Mitchell suit, and it looked so funny.
Well, maybe so, but I wonder. I wonder because that may have. But the thing is, you're not always going to have that. So again, I still question, and maybe that's a little bit of a negative on my end. That how much of a pool do we have right now with certain individuals? We won't know.
Players do talk, Chris. Players will
Yeah.
always talk to see what it's like in the background.
Well, exactly. I
You know,
have no doubt that Ilanga has asked Osula and Isak, uh, you know, if we should join, what it's like, and all that. So I
But
have
to,
no doubt.
but to flip that, Pedro plays with Bruno and Joe Linton, hasn't he? And
But
he
but
yeah,
just
but but by the way, we tend to
so
think that that's. I mean, I'm saying that because I do see Ilanga's relationship with those two on
yeah,
social media and everything else. But just because they're Brazilian doesn't mean that they're friends or they even talk to each other like that. So and plus, well, I don't know about the age difference, but I think Joao Pedro might be a little bit younger, or is he the same?
yeah,
Is he the same age?
23.
Regardless,
yeah. Roughly
maybe
the
they're
same
not.
age, aren't they?
Maybe he didn't ask,
I think the other
or
thing
maybe he
is,
did.
though, as well, just going on what Boki was saying there, is Boki, you've got to understand that the family, John Pedro's family, have been brought up in and around London through his Watford games. And his family have always had a pull of going back
to
to
London.
London. So when he moved to Brighton, they visited London regular basis to go back to meet friends and things like that. So I think there was always going to be a pull to get him away from the approach from Chelsea. As soon as they come knocking, I think it was only one way. I mean, apparently he was seen virtually 48 hours after looking for properties in London.
To
So
London.
even without any notice from whether the deal had gone through or not, you knew where he wanted to be.
You'd
Yeah.
imagine the money's going to be a little bit more as well at
Well, of
Chelsea.
course it is, mate. Yeah, but I mean, he's going to have to spend more for living in London, isn't he? So you'd want a bit more in your pocket.
Yeah. True, very true. Now, other rumors have come out today about one that was, I think, debunked. Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I think somebody said that we're not interested in him, or that Newcastle were offered Calvert-Lewin, and we quickly and politely declined. Um, so, what do you think about it? Some people do rate him and wouldn't mind him for a season or two. Now, actually, before that, because kind of correlates the same players. The two players are kind of the same, which is Callum Wilson, obviously being confirmed that he is leaving the club after how many years? 5 years.
Under
Yeah.
5 years.
Five.
So
5 seasons.
5 years, and so he's leaving the club. I guess people are going to be happy about that because they got upset over. And listen, I criticize. I don't think that Callum Wilson has done as of late enough to continue to be a Newcastle United player. Um, but I don't wish him bad. I mean, I just don't think. I think it's a business move to just not renew his contract, and the club has done that. I thought that was clear when he played his last game, and it looked like he was saying goodbye to everybody. But then again, the reports came out that Newcastle might be interested in renewing his contract. So, do you guys think that the club did think about it? Craig Hope says a pay-as-you-play deal was on the table, but after 5 seasons and 49 goals, his time was up at Newcastle. So, what do you guys think about Callum Wilson leaving after a good amount of years in the tune?
I think you thank him for his service. He's been, I mean, especially during the Ashley time, he was an excellent player and scored a lot of goals. But at this point, his time was up. It was time for him to move on, and I think all you can do is wish the lad the very best. I think if he goes to somewhere like Leeds or even down into the Championship, he'll do really well. Just on Dominic Calvert-Lewin, with him, I think the big problem was is sort of he's got so many other options around. We're not going to offer him probably the wages that even like a smaller club might, because we're going to get him for free and just bring him in to do a job for them to score goals.
Don't forget to smash the like button. It helps us a lot to keep growing. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications, activate all notifications, that way you get notified every time we go live. And don't forget, you can become a member, get exclusive content, access to all of our live shows on demand at the time that you want. Also, of course, giveaways every month, sometimes multiple giveaways a month. So stay tuned for that. Check it out. Help support the channel. It's a small fee. And of course, you help us and grow. If you hate the Mackhams, smash that like button.
To save the bleeding races. When we got the wheel put on, away we went again. But them that had their noses broke, they came back our him. Some went to the dispensary, and some to Dr. Gibbs's, and some to the informer.